Meeting to order. Roll call of aldermen.
Alderman Hazel.
I'm sorry. I beat the
clock.
Let's try this again.
Rogers meeting wear down. Putting back up. We're okay now? And Rich, are you okay? I'd like to call the meeting to order, the special city council meeting, June 27th. Roll call of aldermen.
Alderman Hazel. Alderman Kinsella.
Here.
Alderman Pusa.
Here.
Alderman Bittner.
Here.
Alderman Randall. Alderman Tyler.
Here.
Alderman Anthony.
Here.
Alderman Ovian.
Here.
Alderman Silsby.
Here.
Alderman Dintelman. Alderman Seibert.
Here.
Alderman White.
Here.
Alderman Galetti.
Here.
Alderman Elmore.
Here.
Alderman Wigington.
Here.
Alderman Musgrove.
Here.
Alderman Dintelman called. He had a medical situation. I did not hear from Hazel or from Randall, so they might be coming in yet. So
Joe won't be,
what?
but Hazel will not be here.
He will not be here. Okay, and he may have called my office today. I don't know. I didn't get the message. There was no staff other than Garrett required to be here tonight. We can note that Eric and Rich are here, and Sean Harris from the police department representing the chief. I think since everybody in this room is familiar with the emergency procedures, I don't think I'll be required to go through them again. At this time, no, I would ask you to stand and join me in the pledge. Might be over by the time I get up. Okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We're going to do the public hearing first, and that's the biggest purpose of tonight's meeting. So at this time, I'm going to call the public hearing to order. And the purpose of the public hearing is to review and to allow questions to be asked and to give an explanation of the 2016 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, JAG program. And before I open up for any questions, I'm going to ask Officer Sean Harris to give us a quick review because he is now the new, I guess, department administrator.
I'm one of two department supply and equipment quartermasters and the fleet coordinator for the agency. Yes, sir.
Okay, so give us a little update.
We actually apply for the JAG grant every year. It's actually split up between three agencies: the County Sheriff's Office, ourselves, and the City of East St. Louis Police. They allocate so much money every year, and then it is split up between those three entities. This year we were allocated $17,262.00, and we propose to use those funds for 6 new tasers and 3 new in-car recording vehicle camera systems.
Okay, this public hearing, which the chief apologized but got overlooked years ago, Don Sachs used to handle this. Well, it got overlooked one year then, too. We had to have a special meeting, I remember. But it's required in the grant that we have a public hearing so that the public has a chance to hear of this grant, the purpose of what the funds would be used for, and to also to have a chance for any questions. So first of all, Mr. Hagberg, you're the only one from the public here. Does anybody from the public have any questions? And anybody here from the city council have any questions or comments?
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Since it involves 3 agencies, is it divided equally, or is it based upon?
It is not, sir. The agency that we take turns, and the agency that actually administrates, is the administrator of the grant, which is the Sheriff's Office this year, gets 30 grand. And then the rest is divvied up between us and East St. Louis, and that is dictated by the federal government.
I think we administered it a couple years.
Yeah, I think we did it last year.
Last year we did it.
Yeah.
And so that. Okay, any other questions?
I'm curious, so the 6 tasers, how many do you already have?
Currently we've got an inventory of about 70 some odd tasers. They've recently put out a new federal guideline that says all officers on the agency have to actually be issued and keep a taser on them, so hence the 6 new ones, including the chief.
And the in-unit cameras, how many of those?
3 cameras for that, and that will kind of augment our fleet additions for this year.
How many do you have currently?
I don't have that figure off the top of my head, sir. We've got about 20 squad cars, and each car that's assigned to patrol has one, so probably about 20. There's a couple in the street crimes vehicles. I've between 20 and 30.
Yeah, we're increasing that constantly.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Officer Harris or for the public hearing in general? Hearing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. Thanks, Sean.
Sir.
Okay, public participation, is there any this evening? Hearing none, I'm going to close public participation. Presentations, recognitions, and appointments, I have none. They did put on here approval of the city council meeting minutes, June 27th. By the motion by Alderman Wiggington, second by Alderman Ovian. Do we have any additions or corrections?
Mayor, just
Yes, sir.
under, in the section where my comments were, I'd just like to have included that I did ask that Alderman Pusa and myself be allowed to participate in the quarterly meetings with the
Well,
city.
and what I had said was, and what I've already talked to Dr. Barger, I'm waiting for, as soon as Dr. Wingo gets back, we're gonna have a meeting to include the 2 of you. I'm not gonna sit here right now. I didn't say that we would be including at every quarterly meeting, but we're gonna have a meeting before school starts
Right.
with the 2 of you.
But I want on record that I asked that.
We can
Just
note
put it-
that, we can note it for the minutes that that was his request. But originally, we agreed, or I stated, the council, when we adopted this in zoning, that the quarterly meetings would be held by staff so that it didn't become, you know, a type of friction or issue. But I did agree that, and he's agreed with me, that we will have a meeting where the 2 of you can come and we can still kind of zero in on other concerns that you might have with he and his staff before school starts. Okay? Yes, sir.
It's just a minor detail, but this is June, it says June 27th, we went June 20th.
On the minutes.
Oh,
Minutes
For tonight.
duly corrected, because June 27th is
today.
today. Okay. With those changes, with those comments from Alderman Bittner and that date change, does anybody else have any comments? Hearing none, all in favor of accepting and filing the minutes signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We don't have any claims or payrolls tonight, or reports. The only thing we have is I'd ask for a motion to approve, to proceed with the application for the 2016 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, JAG program. Motion by Alderman Anthony, second by Alderman Silsby. Do I hear any further discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Hazel. Alderman Kinsella.
Aye.
Alderman Pusa.
Aye.
Alderman Bittner.
Aye.
Alderman Randall. Alderman Tyler.
Aye.
Alderman Anthony.
Aye.
Alderman Ovian.
Aye.
Alderman Silsby.
Aye.
Alderman Dintelman. Alderman Seibert.
Aye.
Alderman White.
Aye.
Alderman Galetti. Alderman Elmore.
Aye.
Alderman Wiggington.
Aye.
Alderman Musgrove.
Aye.
Motion carries. Communications, we have none for this special meeting. Petitions, we have none. Resolutions, we have none. Ordinances, I'd ask for a motion to read by title only, ordinance number 7964 and ordinance number 7965.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Silsby, second by Alderman Seibert. Is it okay as a group? All in favor to read by title only and as a group signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance number 7964-2016, an ordinance amending 7955-2016, an ordinance proposing the approval of a business district plan and designation of a business district and fixing a time and place for a public hearing on the proposal to approve a business district plan and designate a business district. Ordinance number 7965-2016, an ordinance amending Chapter 52 traffic of the Revised Code of ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois, as amended by amending portions of sections thereof.
Motion to approve ordinance 7964 and 7965, so moved.
Motion by Alderman Silsby, second by Alderman Seibert. Do I hear discussion on these two ordinances? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call.
Alderman Hazel, Alderman Kinsella.
Aye.
Alderman Pusa.
Aye.
Alderman Bittner.
Aye.
Alderman Randall. Alderman Tyler.
Aye.
Alderman Anthony.
Aye.
Alderman Ovian.
Aye.
Alderman Silsby.
Aye.
Alderman Dintelman. Alderman Seibert.
Aye.
Alderman White.
Aye.
Alderman Galetti.
Aye.
Alderman Elmore.
Aye.
Alderman Wiggington.
Aye.
Alderman Musgrove.
Motion carries. Anybody have any unfinished business? This was a special meeting. New miscellaneous new business. We have no executive session tonight. I just want to tell you thank you. I know this came up at the last minute, but I do appreciate you because we didn't want to lose this $17,200. Again, thank you. Many of you came to the open house. It was extremely nice. Thanks to the police department and everybody. But we will probably be moving in the chief and upstairs the rest of us who are left here, probably starting around the 6th or 7th. We'll get going. Things are falling in place now, so that's good. Is there a motion to adjourn? Alderman Galetti, second by Alderman Wiggington. Anybody refuse? Disagree? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The rest of you can stay.